Cool. I'm live. And then let me hit the go live on Instagram real quick.
Magic. I can monitor one of these if you want.
Okay.
Or if you got it, you got it.
Probably monitor. Man, if you can monitor both of them, that'd be cool. The YouTube is gonna show up in the thing. And Facebook will too. I don't know about the Instagram though.
I'll follow the Instagram live then.
Okay, cool. All right, we live though.
All right, let's get it.
We live. We are there. Let me see. H. Coleman II. What's going on? YouTube shows up first. What up, everybody? This is Ye's Way Academy. We just here to talk some music, talk about some production, and answer some questions. Thank y'all for jumping in. Thank you in advance. We have a couple submissions this month. From yours truly, Davin Roy Llewellyn, and my boy Henry Clay. Musictron, what's going on? We in here. And they're both great, but we're gonna have a lot of fun with what you did, Dav. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I hit play because I hit play initially. I was like, all right, let me see what we got here, just to see if anything was like bounced in place or mixed in place. And the joint started playing. Soon as the little thing came on, I said, okay, nah. That's not how we gonna do this. It's like, nah, that's not how we gonna do this. Cause there's a lot of ear candy in here. It's so much ear candy in here. So can you talk about what's up, IG? I see y'all rolling, y'all jumping in. I want to acknowledge those who have come in. I see y'all. It's just that I only have two screens, so I can't monitor everything. So can you talk a little bit about the background of this piece? We'll get to it later, but I really want you to explain, like, why or the purpose of a production this big. It's a big session.
Oh yeah, it's pretty large. I think I imported, so I'm working on like a 5-song like live production for an artist. She has an EP coming out. She's rolling out each tune individually, and she asked me to put, like make live versions of her studio record, both for the purpose of having the arrangement so live players can play it, but also so she can sing along to like what I produced. If she goes somewhere and she can't take the whole band, so it needs to feel full, it needs to feel live, it needs to feel engaging. And so I tried my best to make that happen with certain sections. I mean, there's some cats that I look up to. You obviously, for some of the live arrangement, stuff I've heard you do. Some stuff we church, the thing you did with an artist last year, which is absolutely crazy. Listen to guys like Kyrie Tyler and quite a few cats who are like in the whole live arrangement game. And just tried to put my own spin on it. Now the interesting thing is, this chick is from the Caribbean, like me. I'm from Jamaica, and so a lot of the elements in there had to feel Caribbean-ish, at least. So our people have have our own rhythms, our own styles, or whatever. But I didn't want it to feel corny or too Caribbean that we were playing steel pan and harmonicas all over the place. So a lot of like modern tones and modern hits and modern vibes. I tried to incorporate, but honestly, this isn't not trying to like toot the Ye's Way horn or whatever, but I would not be able to do any of this if you didn't sit down with me some time ago. I didn't sound super corny. I know, but it's the truth. Like I go back and I listen to my production from maybe 2-3 years ago, and I was nowhere near Still a lot of places to go, still much better to get, but just the simple fact that I'm able to actually take on client work just feels like, feels like a big deal to me. So yeah, I'm really, really, really digging this process. And I hope you like the track.
Man, I appreciate it. I immediately was blown away just when I hit play, because you get better each time you execute. And I mean, we've said this in the classes. I say this in the videos on the site and all that stuff. Is you get better with every time you do it because you learn something new. You learn a new way to apply what you learn. And the thing I love about this program is I'm learning still, right? I'm finding a new way to do something still. And by people being a part of this, I get to just share that with people like, hey man, you looking for this type of thing? I found out how to do it. This is the way I would go about it now. And I get to share that with everyone, and it gives them the tools immediately. But man, yeah, when we start sitting down and doing this stuff before we even thought of making it this, watching how it transformed and equipped you to do what's in your head already. Because it wasn't like the gift wasn't there. Like it was already there. It was just, okay, what tools do I pick up to get the result that I'm looking for? And when you're dealing with, because these DAWs, they'll say there's the simplest DAW is still convoluted and overcomplicated, and I don't even know the language to speak to get to anything. You know what I mean? And so that is kind of where I'm glad we were able to kind of form this and do this.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, this is great. So the assignment for this month was the institution of guitars and basses, I think it was.
Yeah, guitars, basses, and then automating strings.
Automating strings. Gotcha.
Because that was a lesson we released most recently.
Okay.
And so I tried to incorporate some of that at the top of the tune there.
Okay, cool. All right, so the first one we're gonna do Henry Clay's joint. He sent me this joint, and I heard the guitars and basses, but his drums got my attention. The way he put his, the way he made his drum smack a little bit got my attention. So we're gonna play that first. His is a little shorter than yours. I want to say it's a minute 30.
Perfect.
I think you gave me almost roughly 3 minutes of a joint.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that, and I'll talk through that. This is just a 2-track. This is just a 2-track of it. Hold on, let me. You know what?
Someone named Me just joined.
Somebody just joined. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna find out who Me is. Who's Me?
Yeah.
Announce yourself. Oh, Megan Blackwell. Megan Blackwell is a producer. Hold on, let me add you to the stage. I can't see you if you're on video. We can't see you.
What's up, Meg?
She's a producer and a musician. And we met on IG. I saw her playing some drums over one of my tracks. I want to say it was the
They want to know.
There it is. I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh man. I didn't mean to be hurt. Sorry, you can't see me because I'm eating, so I don't want to show my.
Okay. It's all good. So I heard her play over probably my Janet Jackson Control remix or something. It was something I heard her playing, and I liked the way her drums sound. They had like a really beefy thing. And then I followed her from there. And then since then, she's actually put out some actual records, and they sound really good. She has a very unique sound. She has a really good ear for putting stuff together. And so I wanted her to just kind of join in and just vibe back and forth on what we're doing here. And so Meg, just to give you a little background on Yeswa Academy, if you haven't seen any videos. So I started this academy for producers who are either they're trying to figure out how to even get into this from the jump, or hold on, I think Henry Clay is you want me to tell Henry to check his email?
Yeah. He should have.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So the idea is to help producers along their journey from start to middle to those who are somewhat advanced and they're just looking for another level. You know, they're looking for a polish, or they're looking for just an avenue to be able to exchange ideas with me to figure out how to get a certain result that they're trying to get in production. You know what I mean? Like, how do you make guitars sound like this? How do you make strings do a thing like this? How do you make, you know, whatever? And really it's to show people my specific process of doing a thing, you know, because there's tons of classes out there on how to do this, but you know, I have a specific approach as to like my sound. And so I figure if I can help producers get my sound, then it will equip them to find their own, because now they have all the tools and the knowledge to get around, and it enables them, they can make their own choices. So that's really what Yeswa Academy has become about. And so we were gonna, and so every month, for those of you who are in the 301 production 301 class, you send me a homework assignment. I put out an assignment, you send it to me, and we go live and we talk about it. We talk about what your process was, what you were thinking, you know, what I would do, how I would use it, or any tools that I know of that you could use to make it do the thing you're trying to get it to do. And that's really what this whole live session was about. Last month we had Davin Roy, we had Leon Morgan, and we had Danye Jr. on. We have anybody else? Or was it just us three?
Yeah, we had Eric.
And we had Eric Kirkland. Eric Kirkland was on. And so we did 2 submissions then. We had Eric's and Dav's. And then this month we have Henry Clay and Dav again. Dav he's the star student, just so y'all know, y'all ain't catching up. I just want to let y'all know y'all not catching up, because he started taking the Yeswa Academy probably a year or two before we even started this. So he's the reason why we even formed this class, because I sat down with him and we started working and learning and teaching. And the next thing he showed me for production that I had him do, I didn't have to touch it. I didn't have to change anything. I didn't have to move anything. I didn't have to edit anything. I didn't have to turn nothing down. I was able to package it, send it straight to the client, and not get him his money. And once I knew that, we figured, you know what, we have something here, because people actually learn from this. People are actually equipped. You know what I mean? So this is where we are now. So Henry said he's going to be on in a sec.
Killing.
He said he'll be on in about 10 minutes or so, something like that. So let's take a listen to what he did, and then he'll be on pretty soon to explain like what his thought process was behind it. He spoke to me briefly about this track and about how he felt about his approach, and so, but I want him to actually be able to give his input. So let's start. Oh, I was in the middle of trying to share my screen. That's what that was. That is what that was. Now, let me see if this will work, because I got 2 screens. I never did a share screen with 2 screens before. So y'all bear with me here. Yes, so now I can share an entire screen. I can share an entire screen, and you guys can see all the things. You guys can see all the plugins and stuff that I pull up. Remember, we had that issue last month. We couldn't do it.
Yeah, we good now.
Yeah, we good. Yeah. So this is Henry's here. Let's start this. Dab, let me know if Henry pops on, because my eyes are gonna be on this screen right here.
Gotcha, bro.
Anybody that has any questions about anything, just pop it in the chat. We'll take note of it, and we'll get to your questions when we get through with all the music and things and whatnot. Because I'm excited about this particular session. So let's go. Yeah, you read my mind. He's been watching the videos.
Yeah, he definitely has.
He's been watching the videos. So first of all, we'll get to the guitar and the bass. I need to find out where them claps came from.
Yeah, those are enormous.
Yes. And they're enormous in such a tasteful way.
Yeah.
Like they didn't take over the mix either.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, I appreciated about it. But you knew they were there. That is such a, I mean, it can be a science in a way, right? In the mix, so that, you know, people know it's there without taking over. You know, this whole, and it added a level to the track, so that it didn't
say, like, it feels like a bit of a lift once it comes in.
Yes. Can you hear? There's a pad he got going on the back. It comes in when the claps come in. It comes in when the claps come in. So we go to the end of this. It's sneaky. Oh, it's in there. Hold on. He might have put it in midway through the first part. There it is. I need to find out what he did. I want to know what he was using. That's so sneaky. There's a sonic quality. There's a sonic. Swift God Live, what's going on? There's a sonic quality to the kick drum that I like. it's almost got a stereo thing on it, like a stereo thing. I'm not sure if it's something he put on the whole mix or if it's just that particular kick drum that he chose. You hear what I'm talking about?
Yeah, let me hear that again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's like it's subtle, but it's almost like an effect. Either it's an effect or whatever kick he's using, it's stereo.
Yeah.
But it's still sitting up the middle. And I like that. A lot of stereo kicks tend to fill up the space and they crowd the whole track for me. Like when I'm producing, there are some kicks that they sound really great by themselves, but when I start bringing them in the mix, it gets really crowded and muddy, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. And so I would just take it and make the stereo filled mono because I need the kick to punch up the middle, and a lot of kicks that are stereo don't keep their middle punch. Like it's just real boomy on both sides. So I really dig that. It has its purpose, but a lot of times when I'm doing it, I like it up the middle. He did a good job making everything fit. That's 2 guitars.
Yeah.
That's 2 guitars. Now, one thing we did talk about with these strings. Great effects use, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The transition. I would have cut it off right when the kick hit. I would have cut it off right then.
Yep.
And put a crash right there just to make the beat drop.
Yep.
A little bit more weighty. Not bad. So what we talked about with the string was he said he didn't like that the strings came in more abruptly. He wish he could have done a little bit more editing to make the strings come in a little smoother. Right? So I just gave him a couple of ideas on how to do that. So whenever you are dealing with sounds like that where they're too abrupt when they come in, and you like what you did, you don't want to redo it, or you like the texture of the sound, there's a few ways to do that. The easiest way, without getting too nerdy, is to do a volume automation, right? Where that particular sound is automated by volume so that it actually glides in instead of, just coming in abruptly. The other thing you could do is you could just do a fade in on the you can just convert it to, he was probably using a VST. You can just convert it to audio and do a fade in so that it fades in and fades out, which is really what volume automation is all about. Just fade the volume up, fade it out. And that way it gives it a much more smoother feel. The other thing you can do is this is where it gets nerdy a little bit is you can modulate or adjust the attack time of the actual sound in the ADSR. For those of you who know what ADSR is, you can just adjust your attack time so the attack time takes longer for the sound to get to its full volume, and then it'll make it a lot more smoother. That's the best way to do it, other than changing the sound to one that is smoother when you play it, right? And so when he comes on, he's not on yet, but when he comes on, I want to talk to him about the sounds he used. I want to talk about that clap and the bass line. I'm interested in where he got that from. He's been using this joint called it's by this company called Plugin Guru.
Plugin Guru, okay.
Yes, it's called Plugin Guru. And hold on, I can tell you because I have it. I mean, he's been swearing by it. It's called Unify.
Okay.
It's called Unify. And what Unify does, it's actually very amazing. Shameless plug for those of you guys who want to know this. So Unify is it's a virtual plugin or a standalone plugin instrument. It comes with its own sounds, of course. But what this guy did from Plugin Guru is he pretty much, licensed and borrowed plugins and sounds from these other companies, and he just hosted it in Unify and made these huge patches that are actually layers of different plugins.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that you can just kind of make a combination of plugins, a combination of sounds from any plugin. So then the way it works is you can do that. It has the built-in library of sounds and patches that he's made, and that includes arpeggiations, it includes drum machine beats, patterns, all of that. And it's kind of like creating the monster workstation keyboard out of all of your plugins. Right. It's so madness. And what it does is you just shoot it your library of plugins and it goes through all of there, and then from scratch you can go, oh, I want the piano from Keyscape but the strings from the Zenology, and then you can just add to your heart's content, and when you play it all plays together. You determine the range. It's madness. It's maddening. Yeah. It is maddening. And I've been seeing him showcase a lot of his music using that Henry been showcasing a lot of his music using that plugin. So
that's cool.
I'm going to ask him if he used that for this at all. But like there he is. There he is.
What's up, Henry?
Come on in here, Henry.
What's up, man? What's up, y'all? I'm sorry I'm late.
No. We going over this track right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Clay. Now listen. Now, first of all, talk about this track. Where did it come from? Where did you get the idea? What sounds you used? Tell everybody like a little bit about yourself and what your setup consists of.
Okay, well, my name is Henry Clay. I'm glad to be a part of Danye's master class with you guys. This is definitely an honor. I've been following this guy for the longest, you know what I'm saying? YouTube like 08. This is the master of all the shouts. I don't care what nobody say. Back in the day, he the one who originated all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just honored to be here with him. But my setup is Studio One. I've been on Fender Studio Pro. You know what I'm saying? I've been on that for at least now like 8 years. Yeah, like 8 years. So but the inspiration of the track was just it really kind of stretched me because I've never when he sent it out just saying bass and guitar, I was like, I'm not really cool. I'm cool with finger bass, but not, that's not my strong point.
Mhm.
So and basically I found a nice patch inside of Unify, a guitar patch. Found that, and the strings came from Sound Paint. The strings came
Okay.
from Sound Paint, so
Hmm.
that was something new.
Hmm.
But yeah, other than that, I just try to put something together and just kind of think out of the box. It was different for me. I didn't want to do too much. I just wanted to stay kind of mainstream.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Okay. We
yeah.
we were just talking about Unify.
Okay, 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 okay.
We were
Yeah.
just talking about Unify. I was
Uh-huh.
sharing with everybody that you showcase a lot of your music on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
using Unify and the
Yeah.
monster of a program that
Yes.
it is. Now,
Yes.
do you use that live at all?
I'm about to start to because they have a situation there called Note Map, and it's just like Main Stage where you can stack all your sounds together. I think you can stack like six. It has 16 layers,
Good
and you
God.
can so do that. So it's insane, man. I'm getting into that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
So you did a good job. Like your approach to the guitar pattern was
Okay.
on. I could
Okay.
tell you're using two guitars.
Yeah.
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 Using
Yeah.
two guitars, use
Uh-huh.
the strings and Sound
Uh-huh.
Paint. Sound Paint is another monster
Mm-hmm.
library.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fairly new. I think they came out maybe a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then where'd you get that bass from?
The bass came out of Unify.
Okay.
It's a library called Magic Guitars. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I like the way you got the sonic quality of the kick drum,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
just really the drums in general, because
Okay.
the clap got everybody's attention.
Okay.
The,
Okay.
the
Okay.
clap got it. We were like, where'd that come from? Because of the way you had it sitting was really nice.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it was big, but it didn't take over the mix.
Okay.
You know, and so all of these sounds came from Unify, or
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
all those sounds came from Unified.
okay,
Like I said, the guitar was Sound Paint, and it was a guitar out of Unified. But yeah,
okay,
everything
okay.
else, yeah.
Nice,
Hmm.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. So
Hmm.
we were talking about your strings, and you were when we discussed before, you were talking about how you wanted them to come in smoother, as
Yeah,
opposed to as abruptly as that they were coming in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. To
Okay.
me personally, I after I listened to it, I was like, I could have did a better job,
Hmm.
on it, But
I
yeah, I
get
did
it.
pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had talked about that. I had just shared with them like some of the methods that we use to fix it after
Hmm.
after the fact, when people, I like what I did. I don't want to change the sound. Like,
Hmm. Right.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because a
Right.
lot of times changing the sound actually takes away from the feeling that you got when you tracked it. So I
Hmm.
definitely understand that.
Right.
But other than that, man, great track, nice
Hmm.
groove. For it to not be your strong point, you did a good job.
I appreciate
You know what I'm
that.
saying? For it to not be something that
Yeah.
something that you do regularly.
Yeah.
You could have used finger bass. You know what I mean? Like, it would
Oh,
have
okay.
worked.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? It would have
Okay.
worked.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, you just sent us a snippet, so I mean, I know there's a lot of building out you can do with it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But man, I appreciate the submission, man. It sounds really good.
I appreciate that.
Is I did notice that your kick, it sounded like it was a stereo kick. It sounded
Yeah.
stereo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I liked it because it doesn't leave the middle. Even though
Okay.
it's still a lot of kicks when they're stereo, they leave the middle. And
Hmm.
I don't really dig that too much. I like kicks that kind of stay up the middle.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
so
Because I had changed. I went through about like maybe 6 kicks, and I was like, I did it mono, but it seemed like I couldn't make it punch. I mean, it
got it.
punched, but
Mhm.
it just, I don't know. It just, I think when I did it stereo, to me, it felt good in my ears.
Got it.
So
Got it. I
yeah.
mean, it feels good in our ears
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that. Appreciate
Felt
that.
good in our ears
Yeah.
too, man. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I
All right,
appreciate it.
so
I wanted to add something. He also in the guitar track, I noticed there was an inclusion of the like guitar slides.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
there, which was something he taught in the guitar lesson to ensure that the realism of like feeling like a guitar player is actually doing the thing. It's also I feel like it adds a really nice character. Good stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Cause I was gonna when you put it out there and said guitar, I was gonna use loops, but I was like, nah. To me, that was gonna be cheating. So I tried to find the best sounding samples of guitar and just played it kind of open, and I just tried to do the best I could with
No,
that.
you did a good job, bro.
Yeah.
You did a good job, but like you didn't take shortcuts.
Okay.
I appreciated that. I would have known it was a loop. I would have known, but at the same time, like I know loops have their place. You know what I mean? And if it would have sat right where it was supposed to, I wouldn't have complained. But a lot of times, in a loop sample AI era, I like to try to give tools to people to compose their thing, so that later on down the line they don't run into
Right.
Because I've run into problems. Y'all take notes. I've run into problems where I did use a loop. I used a supposedly cleared loop from a library and Reason or whatever program I was using. Then later on, the artist hits me with the lawyer on the phone and goes, "Hey, you got to take that out.
Wow.
You got to take that out." And because 9 times out of 10, even though it was a cleared royalty-free loop or whatever the case may be, somebody used it in their song.
Yeah.
And ran it through Content ID as their thing. So now you can't use it anymore. That's the danger of the royalty-free loop era, is somebody claims the underlying composition, and now that loop is no longer royalty-free. Meanwhile, companies like Splice and all these other loop companies are still making money off of people buying the loops that they can't use.
Yep.
So that's why I used to be in the loop library game. I was making loop libraries for a company, and it ate me up. It ate me up and spit me out. I started hearing songs on the radio with my underlying composition that I wasn't getting paid for, that I wasn't getting even recognized for. Like, I didn't want the royalties. I just wanted my name on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No name, no, you know what I mean? So now you essentially become a ghost producer at that point. You know what I mean? And really, while you might say, "Oh, ghost production money is good money," it's not always worth it money. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it wasn't always worth the money, especially when you make great music, and you want your music to go somewhere and you want it to be yours. So
Exactly.
that's the game I learned, and I got some people on the chat that know me in the Instagram. Let me see who's on here. Calvin, Mike Champion, what's going on? Y'all folks is in here, man. So yeah, that was my background in making royalty-free loops. I signed to a company, and I was making, when I tell you I was making, Dav, you notice I was making loops. Like, I was like 25 joints a week. You know what I mean? Like full joints, and folks was coming out with songs left and right. It was on radio commercials. One of the shouts was on the gospel BET Gospel Celebration 2014, and I didn't get any recognition for any of that. My name wasn't on the screen. I didn't get nothing. You know what I mean? And that's when I learned quickly, like, oh, this is gonna eat you up and spit you out. And the little $15, $25 somebody paid for that loop, it's nothing if on the back end they getting 25,000.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? That's when I said, okay, this ain't adding up. I'm cool. And I backed out of it. I quit. I'm like, nah, I'd rather start from scratch. And I started from scratch. Wow. So, I got out of the loop game, and there's nothing wrong with loops. It's just knowing their place and knowing like where they go, and, knowing that everyone is not always integrous. Right. So in the back end of things, using loops is cool until you find out someone else used the loop, and then Content ID'd it as their underlying composition, and now you got to go back into your production to find somebody to do something else, and that's what I had to do with the records. Is And this is from like DAWs, like
Wow.
Reason and Cubase and all that. They were like, it's on somebody's record.
Crazy.
So I had to go in and change what I did altogether, just so I could get them something that was clearable and get them something that they could use. And the crazy part about it is by that time, the track was 2 and 3 years old. You know what I mean? So it's like, now I got to find it. Now I got to go through all 20 hard drives to find it. You know what I mean? And, it just makes for too much of a headache. So I appreciate you for like choosing not to cook, choosing to go ahead and play it down and just, because I can show you how to get a realistic sound. That's that's the easy part.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just actually getting the library that works. And in the class, I show all of that. I'm continually showing, So we've come to the part of the service where we're going to get into this next track done by Dav. And he explained earlier, do a recap real quick on this track. And then I'm going to hit play. What we're going to do with this track, because this is a huge session, right? This is a huge session. So we're going to listen to it. And as we're listening to it, I'm going to start putting a mix on it because he sent me the files. And so I figured this is a great opportunity for me to show y'all, okay, how do I achieve a mix really quick that I'm not going to be able to like get gutter with it because CPU starts getting ate up and before you know it, we'll all be disconnected from the live. So, but I'm going to show you, I'll just use some stock stuff and we're going to make this joint hump along the way. But when I hit play, it was obvious that Dav put in some time on this joint. It was it was so obvious Dav put in some time. So give a quick recap of what we're about to listen to, Dav.
Yeah, real quick. This is actually some client work, where the artist wrote a sort of a Caribbean fusion kind of song, and asked me to essentially make live arrangement of the studio version of that tune. And so this was just kind of my imagining of what it would be like if she took it to a stage and had some actual cats playing and got some hits and some breaks and some transitions and tried to incorporate Danye's lesson about string automation and stuff in there. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe here.
Beautiful. All right, let's rock. All right, we got to stop there. Woo! All right, bro. Okay. Dav.
Bro.
Okay, all right, hold on. I got to make this hump like right now. Hold on, wait. All right, let me do this, right? So let me see what's working here. Let me get these drums together, man. Cause bro, you put time into the joints, man. Them strings were not playing no games.
Tried.
The strings were like, you sat. Now, I know you, so it's I know that like the online audience is just hearing it for the first time. But every time we would talk, you would be like, "Yeah, man, I'm working on this thing. Yeah, man, I'm working on this thing." And I could tell like it was one of those things like, "Oh man, buddy is whatever he's doing, he's in a side. Look at the YouTube." Zamina, yeah, that's what he put the time in. Buddy put he ain't playing no games. All right, so I'm gonna what I'll do is I'll bus mix this stuff. That'll make it go faster.
Okay.
All right. Let me get all my drum stuff. I'll bust miss this. And then
It's cool that we get to see this. Can you like explain a little as you go? Like, what is it?
yeah. So so for those who don't know what a bus is, right? So picture an actual bus, right? Picture an actual bus. Megan gave you some fire emojis there. Picture an actual bus and a bunch of people getting on the bus. Now imagine that bus is just a bunch of individual audio tracks or virtual tracks, right? And instead of applying effects to each individual person, instead of giving each individual person a car to drive to their destination, everybody gets on the bus, and whatever happens to that bus happens to everybody else. That's what that is. So each individual track, and it's not always beneficial. However, when it comes down to what we're doing today, it works perfectly because it enables me to achieve a powerful sound out of the drums right away, because I can apply EQ and compression to a bunch of files, drum files at once, instead of each individual file. And in using a computer, every time you do something, it takes up processing power, right? So the more, hey, Meg, so the more effects I put on this kick drum, for instance, that's taking up my processing power. Well, then now I got to compress the snare. Then now I got to do the toms. And then now I got to do, and that just eats up a bunch of power. And everyone doesn't have like a monster computer to work on. So what you do is you create a bus track, right? And then you send all your tracks or tracks of a certain group, like drums, bass, pianos, keys, or whatever, to that bus track. And then you compress and EQ that. And all of that happens to that group of tracks at a time, which enables all the tracks to glue together without putting a bunch of effects on those individual tracks.
Okay, sweet.
In essence, saving your computer a lot of power, instead of being like, oh, let me compress this kick. Sometimes you have to do it. Like if I was mixing this for an actual record, I would go through each individual thing and do what I need to do. But when it's like, I need a dope reference mix that's just gonna pop, I can mix volume, I can gain stage and do all of that. And then I can come to the bus track and go, okay, now compress everything, EQ everything. And I can actually apply that effect to all of these drums, and I get the sound that I want somewhat similar to it, and then I'm actually saving my CPU. So I'm trying to find where okay, so let's do this here. We'll take everything out here, and we're gonna change as we go, because this thing tends to move along, and I know you're using a bunch of different drums on this, or you're using different drum sounds at different spots. Hi-hats. Hi-hats mostly. I saw a lot of different hi-hats and stuff. So we're gonna definitely get into that. So I'm gonna loop just this section of where the drums are to get a sound here. Let me solo the drums. Matter of fact, let me mute everything out. Let me roll everything else down. All right, here we go. Okay, cool. Got it. So is okay. I see what it is. Top tom. Where's that at? Right here? Let's give it some more juice. And then it's another one. So let's do this. That should do it. There we go.
There it is.
All right.
So would you pan the toms?
Yes. I just pan the toms real quick. And yeah. All right, cool. I think you have one of the floor toms going through the kick channel.
Yeah, I'll have to fix that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. I thought I was seeing something different. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the kick is a little heavy in the sub area. I got to fix that on this channel so that, because whatever happens on that bus, it just accentuates everything else that's in the tracks, right? So I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to get that out of there right now. Let me see where it is. See that? Where that kick hit is? All this information right here.
Yeah.
So what happens when we clean it up? There we go. Now it's not so heavy. All right, cool. All right, let's see. Where's the next track come in at? Where's this? You got... Let's see what this is. Yeah. I need this. Oh, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me put some more power on this snare. All I'm doing is putting some more gain on the snare. I'm not doing nothing crazy. Not doing nothing crazy, y'all. I know y'all will be like, what was that? No, I'm just adding some more volume to the snare. Just adding some volume to the snare. That's all. I needed to punch. Okay. So here's what we do. Let's bring all this down real quick. Now,
someone asked on I think it's Instagram, what drum set is that? It's actually a little bit of a mutt, because I think you sent me toms.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose kick from something stock in Studio One.
Got it.
And
so you made your own custom kit out of this?
Yeah, I built it. I made it in what you call that? Impact. In the
Impact drum machine. Got it. So it's my boy. So he basically made a custom kit in like what would be like Kong for a reason. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what he did. So he just grabbed his own toms, grabbed his own snare, grabbed his own kick, and made like a custom joint in Impact, which would, the Reason equivalent of that, because I know he uses Reason, would be Kong. So the Kong drum joint. Yeah. So let's go back. Let me loop this real quick. Let me turn the volume up again. Had to give it some headroom. All right. So, let me. I see a hat. Down here.
Yeah, I'm not proud of my hat work.
So what'd you say?
I'm not proud of my hi-hat work. It's a little inconsistent, as you can see from these waves.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Is that like another one of the samples that you used on the like a custom sample that you used?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I also threw that in my impact.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely gonna take your advice on board and clean this up.
Okay. All right. So let me see what else we got. Let's see. Let's see. You got a clap in there, huh? All right. So let's make this clap do something. Let's give it its own personality. Let's let it sit. Let's see. It's mono right now. Let me hit the stereo button.
Oh, hello.
Where that at? Hold on. Oh, that's the snare. That's the snare track. Okay.
Would you have recorded the cross stick on a different track?
Would I have done that? No.
Okay.
No. I normally keep the snare and the cross stick on the same track.
Okay.
It just depends.
Okay.
Like, cause I'm very leery about what cross stick goes with what snare.
Fair.
Right? So
I wanted it to feel like it was just one guy playing.
Yep.
So
I knew what you meant. Yeah. I knew exactly what you were going for. So hold on, let me do this real quick. Let me see. So I'm putting a transient shaper on this snare. You hear what I did?
Oh, it sounds tighter already.
Yeah. So a transient shaper it allows you to tighten or loosen the sound, and it actually allows you to add more power to the snare that you're using. So this is how it was before. Right? And this is how it is after. It's a lot tighter, but now watch this. So you hear what's happening? Gives it a lot more power.
Yeah, this explains how your snare is always right here.
Yes, it gives it a lot more power. And it helps because now when this clap comes in, you don't lose the snare as much. Hold on. Meg, do I keep kicking you off? Can you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me. Can you hear me, Meg? Nah, she's going through some trials and tribulations on the internet. All right, who is it? Reginald, how you doing, man? Yeah, I've been using Studio One for what is it? What year is it? 14 years. I've been using Studio One. I've been with you 14 years. Yeah. All right, so now with the snare, with this clap, the attack is a little, it's matching with the snare, and I wanna put it behind the snare a little. Now there's an easy way to do this. There's an easy way to do this on in here. So let me see what happens if I do this. You hear what I did?
What did you do? Tell me.
So I came in here. It's a lot of DAWs have this feature, right? But the feature in Studio One, it's in the info pane. If you come right here where it says delay, and you add to the delay, you add time. The more time you add, the further back it chooses to play your track. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Yeah. And then if you do, if you go into the minus, it pushes your track further ahead of the beat. So I wanted the claps to come in behind the snare, right? So that's so that it wouldn't be over top of the snare. And then see, now your rim shot's tighter. Now, all right. All right, now let me find these. Oh, okay, so close hi-hats. Where is this one? This one's over here. Let me add a little something. I need a little pizzazz on this snare real quick. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put some dirt on this snare. There we go. Down back some. All I did was just put some distortion on the snare. Just to give it a little more. Give it a little bit more dirt on it. Now where are my claps at again? Where am I at? Oh, here. All right. All right. So there's a wide hat you got in here. Did you use it? Did you use the wide hat at all? It's blank.
Probably appeared later in the tune.
Oh, okay.
If there are even more sections. I just gave you a piece of it.
Oh, okay. So this is, you just gave me a piece of it, so this isn't even in here, so I can just take this out. Remove track. All right, cool. And then this right here is what? You got some open hi-hats here too, man. Hold on. There they go. All right. So let's get these crash cymbals in here. put some. You know what? This is gonna help. I'm gonna add an effects track and put some reverb on everything. Believe it or not, y'all, I'm rushing.
Wow, sounds amazing to me.
I'm rushing. I'm rushing to get it done. All right, so let me put this. All right, cool. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to get some reverb to them cymbals. Now let me do this. Let's see. Have you ever thought of putting a bit cruncher on the hi-hats to give a bit more bite in the mix? I don't typically, because when I'm using like 808, only time I do that is if I'm using the stuff straight from the 808 drum machine or something straight from the. But most of these hats already got distortion added to them, and for me, I find if I have to add stuff to make them crunch through the mix, then that means I just got them too low in the mix anyway, and I need to turn them up. But a lot of times, when you start messing with your master chain, those hi-hats are going to come out, and you're going to end up over doing it on your high end. Because when you get the stuff in the car, you're going to find out them hats start eating you up. And you know, especially me, like, you know, even when I'm doing a composition, even during compositions like this, like the hi-hat is gonna cut if you treat it right. And so I just make sure that I kind of treat it right in the mix, because most of it already has some type of saturation or distortion on it. If you're using like 808 hip hop samples, you know, if you're coming straight from the TR 808 drum machine, then yeah, you know, a lot of that stuff, a lot of those sounds are pretty raw. All right, now let's do it one more time. Now I'm gonna do something with this. I'm doing more than I said I would, guys. I'm not supposed to be doing this much, but I'm getting happy.
You're an addict, man.
I feel my help coming. Hold on. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me get. Where is that at? Where you at? Where is that? Where did I see that? I can hear that. There you go. Come down here. You're messing up the whole thing. There we go. All right, now let me work with these toms. I'm gonna just throw some reverb on them. Hold on. Let's make sure everything's in the same room. Yeah, I can hear that. All right. Let's move on. You got a splash symbol here.
So much for the bus.
Yeah, man. Bro, I can't help it. Hold on. Yes. See, I don't need to do nothing to this one. Hold on. Yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to do. then you got another crash here. Let's see here. So this is okay. So you got a crash 1, crash 2. You played this like a real kid. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right, so let's pan these since you playing this kind of. Okay, now, okay. It's all making sense, bro. It's all making sense. All right, now let's do this. That's
a really dirty cymbal swap.
I
actually went through and.
No, you're fine. No, you did what you were supposed to do, bro. You did what you were supposed to do, brother. You're not. I ain't judging you. Like, all right. The snare won't leave me alone. It won't leave me alone. Let me see. Man, that rim shot is luscious. What we got here? All right, cool. So we got a decent reference drum thing. Now we can do this. We can do this. We can treat the bus now. All I'm doing is I'm gonna put some EQ and compression on this bus. So what you're watching is me. There's some presets in the stock of Studio One that I'm going to use that I like, right? So this plugin is called the Fat Channel, and basically it's a channel strip. It's somewhat of a channel strip where you can use compression, gate, compression, EQ, and a limiter. And so I'm going to put some EQ on it, and it's going to change the texture of these drums. And color them up a bit, but it's gonna make them smack really, really hard. Yeah, that rim shot, Henry. That rim shot is definitely thick. Solomon, drums is killing. He said drums is killing. So that's just with the EQ. Let me turn it off so you can hear how it changed. That's off. This is on. Now let's add the compression. Now, this is, it's called the Tube Comp. For those of you who know what compressor this is emulating, that's what it's emulating, right? Can't say it. I'm not finna get kicked off of YouTube. All right. So. So y'all hear that, right?
Yeah.
Now watch what happens. Watch what happens when I dial it back. Whole different set of power to the drums. This is off. This is off. All right. On. Now let's do this. Let's do this. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm doing it. I wasn't gonna do it,
Oh Lord.
but I'm doing it. I wasn't supposed to do it. I said I wasn't gonna tell nobody, but I can't. Right?
Yeah, separating the
Separating this cross
cross
stick.
stick.
Yeah. So now. Yes, indeed. That's the drums right there. All right. So we can move on because I've been dying to get to this bass stuff. All right.
There's a couple of things going on here. There's a bass from the original record, from the studio record, and then I have a synth bass worked in for instant stabs that bass isn't due.
Got you. Hey, Shiloh 8 from YouTube says it sounds great.
Thank you, Shiloh.
For those of you who don't know who Shiloh is, Shiloh 8 is my wife.
Hey, Shiloh.
She is on here.
Oh, wait, bro. Dana Hawkins says that's tight. Respect, Dana.
Respect. Absolute respect. So you were saying you talking about with the bass track?
Yeah, so I'm saying there were a couple of bass things happening. This tune. So there's bass that's from her original record that are playing like the integral parts that are from the record. But you have the synth bass guy coming through to hit the stuff that I instituted.
Okay. So here we go. So then let me do this. Because it looks like a couple of these basses, are they the same patch or you got one sub and one doing something else?
One sub and one with all the character. This is a trick you taught me and I stole it.
Got you. Okay. So let me bust this. Now, with your stuff, especially with your bass stuff, I watched how you track live bass. And so I tend to use that same process when I'm doing your tracks in any instance, right? Because it just works. Like how you track bass just works. So, all right. Let me find you. Yeah, I see what you did. So now I can turn these drums down now. These mugs is taking over. Got it. I want to hear what this other one is. Woo! Wait a minute. I see what you did. I smell what you stepped in, Dav. Good God, bro. Good Lord, bro. Yeah. I see what you did, bro. And then you got this other bass coming in here.
That one's from the session. So that's the original.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Bro, you was working, bro. You was working, man. I'm rushing. We got 40 minutes left. I'm rushing. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on.
Oh yeah, I forgot I played live bass on there too. Just for this one section.
Oh man. Bro. This you on live bass.
Yeah. That's that Roscoe.
Good Lord, bro. Okay. You guys hear this? Ugh. All right, bro. Bro. All right. 1176. Bro.
You okay, Dev? You okay, Dev?
Good, bro.
Bro, come on. Oh my gosh, man. Hold on, let me turn this kick up. Hold up, bro. All right, man. What was I doing? I was putting compression on this real quick. Golly, Dev. Golly, man. All right, so this is a 1176 compressor. I just want to listen now. I don't even want to explain what I'm doing. This is, I think you use the Warm Audio 76 when you're tracking.
Yeah. I would have gone through that with that bass.
Yeah, so, I just use this on the bass bus track to just smooth everything out. Goodness. Let me go back. All right. Yeah. Let's get to this here. So only thing that pulls that compressor is that live bass, but I know why, because the frequency change. The frequency change. And let's go to this next part. Bro. I can only imagine what this is going to sound like when we get to the rest of this. All right, so that's the bass. Felt piano? What did we use? What do we?
Yeah, the felt piano is beautiful, bro. Found it in the Nautilus.
Oh, the Korg Nautilus.
Yeah. It's in the intro.
Okay.
That'll give you a good spot to.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna do all the things. We're gonna do all the things. So. This is going to be luscious, bro. This is going to be luscious. Let me get that run again. Yeah. All right. So, you got some Rhodes in here somewhere? Is this what I'm seeing? I feel like you track this straight like this on purpose.
Yeah. The vocalist is she's kind of crooning right there.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing something like up in her higher.
So you staying out the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got you. Okay.
I also have some other textures going.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm seeing other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go back. Y'all hear this? Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's bring all this other stuff in here. There it is. I was waiting for this one. Let's do this. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. Here we go. You got some other stuff. Let's get to some more of this. What's this down here? This drum stuff?
Yeah, this is percussion, but this is this and that other like motif. That's from the original thing. So I was working around.
No, it's cool. I'm gonna put this in with the drums.
It's probably a bus. That percussion thing, it probably has some effects and stuff in there. So
that's fine. It'll fit in. Okay. I just want to make sure. Woo! Yeah, come on, Dav. See how, like, I don't know if y'all are seeing like how this is coming together piece by piece. Because when I'm doing it, it's not making sense to me because I'm just taking it at face value, like you're just mixing the parts at face value. But as the song reveals itself, I'm going back to play stuff where I think it needs to go now because I know what happens. You know what I'm saying? This is a journey that you'll find. You take a different path each time you produce something, right? Because every song is different. Right. So you produce something else, it won't sound like this. It's going to sound, it'll sound different. And as the song reveals itself to you, you're like, oh, I got to go back and change this sound now because either it doesn't fit or I need to change the vibe. I need to process it a different way because now the song is doing something bigger than what I thought it would be. And I need everything else to be down or up, or the EQ needs to be different. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
flexible.
Yeah. So bro. Come on, Dav. Come on, bro. Ah, my goodness. All right. So, okay. I'm gonna wait till your guitars because you have guitar. How many guitar tracks you have in here?
Should just be one.
The
two
distortion.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna put those. I'm gonna process those because I process those different. So For those of you guys who don't know, I do my my guitars last. That's the last thing I process for whatever reason. Like guitars is the last thing I listen to over the mix to treat. I don't know why. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know.
We got Rod. We got Rod checking in from Australia. What's up, Rod?
Rod, what's happening? On IG?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, what's going on, Rod? All the way from Australia. Excuse me. Man. That's wild. Across the globe. Oh, I wanted to get to this right here. Yeah. Now, you know I got to treat that, Dav.
Of course.
You know I got to... Nah. We going to put a delay on that. We can't just let that go away like it is. We got to let that do it. We got to let that. We got to. Yeah. And then, y'all gonna pray with me? Let me see. Yeah. Come on, Dav. Bro, you really like dug in the bag and got like the ethanol stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so freaking proud, bro.
Appreciate
Man.
it. Had a like a Bridgerton, like high society kind of idea.
Yeah. Bro, that.
Yeah, the tune's called like Rich Girl or something. So to evoke that.
Bro, that is nice. Effects, huh? Let's put you down here where the drums is at. You go in the drum room. You get over there in the drum room. Now, let's see. All right. So 1 second. Okay. I'm going to put a verb on that because I think you had the right effect on it, but I think it just cut off in the bounce. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the sample cut off on you in the bounce.
Yeah, I think I had delay and reverb in that.
Yeah. There we go. Where is that coming from? That prettiness. Where's the prettiness coming from?
Oh,
is that this? No. It is. Come on, Dav. Bro, you, bro. This is lovely, bro. Ah! Let's bring this back over to. See, I didn't know where the drums was. I was just, hold on. You got all this stuff happening, bro. All right. So then let's go. Let's see. Yeah. Bro, nice. Nice, man. I feel like this is another thing. Like you, man. Bro, you dug in the bag, bro. I can't say it enough. Okay, you got hits right here?
Yes, I sure do.
Yep. They coming up.
Little impact.
Yeah. Let's add some value to those. Let's add some value to those. And I think, you know what? Let me beef up the WAV file on this. Just give it some power here. All right, we get into the string section here. Into the string section. Hold on. Okay. So these are pads. Pads. Before we get into the strings, I want to do everything else because you got more effects in here, bro. You got more effects in here. All right. So where's that strings? Okay. These are all strings. Let's move these down to right before the guitar. And we will deal with you momentarily. Mai Tai. What we got? Nice, man. All right, let's get this moving past. Yeah. Man, and there's a pad at the beginning of this. Nice. Okay, what's next? What's next?
There's so many tracks on.
Bro, there's so many tracks, bro. Okay, you build ups. Bro, you've been transitioning and building up your tail. I would have never found that. I don't even know where you found that. What were you using for this stuff, bro?
Bro, I was in every nook and cranny you can think of. But yeah, a lot of them are like stock, like some of the risers are stock risers in Studio One.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have never found those.
Yeah, it's fire.
I didn't know Studio One had risers. Shame on me. Shame on me for that.
You know me and my optional anxiety thing.
Yes, bro.
I'm
Yes.
exhausted.
One bucket for everything. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, like I want to look in one bucket for the stuff. All right, we got some more. We got some more sound effects.
Oh, James Atkins. What's up, James?
James. Come on, James.
Huh? Oh, Henry, bro. In the I think I go in the loops. I think I go in the loops folder and I search for risers in there, and quite a few of them pop up.
Yeah, so in the loops folder, in the loops tab,
Yeah,
where all the loops are, and then hit this.
I search for risers, and I think or rise or effects. I'm doing all kinds.
Oh,
of
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, there they go. They popped up. They popped up, brother. Rise effects. Yeah, there they go. Okay. Shame on me for not taking advantage of that. All right. So let's see. Bro, that doggone bass, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know and might be asking questions as to why certain things sound the way they sound sonically, is that this is an arrangement for a live show. So a lot of where you might think there are blank spots or a lot of where you feel like there's somebody missing to what's happening, he left room for the actual players to play. That's what that is. Because I know I know that. If you don't know that, it'll just appear as if you just left holes missing in the chord structure or the fill-in voicings, but you left room for players to play, which is a very, very good skill. A lot of show composers and arrangers forget that element. If there's a live band playing, they gotta make room for everybody else. Bro, you are smacking, man. You wanted folks to know stuff was coming. like you wanted folks to know something was coming. Okay. All right. So what we got here? Oh, bro, I would have never found. Bro, this is gorgeous stuff. Bro, you built this show, bro. All right, so okay. All right, so we're in the string section. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to process all the keys and stuff. Now, I'm going to put an opto compressor on my keys and synths. And I'm going to tell you who taught me that. Keith Phelps Jr. taught me that. I normally never compress my keys. But Keith Phelps Jr. was like, bro, put an opto compressor on your keys. It's going to make them go from this to this. I didn't believe him. Say what?
On the keys bus.
On the keys and synth bus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because what he said was, if you're recording, because he uses it when he records his synths and keys and stuff, he goes through an opto compressor. And I was like, really? So I started treating my keys and my synths with an opto compressor. And I was like, makes sense. Okay. So now I can come here at the beginning. Now, Nice. So now, and then Marlon Stokes taught me this trick right here. It's absolutely lovely. Put an imager on your key bus.
What does that do?
You can exaggerate the stereo width
Understood.
of your key bus, especially if you have like pads and all that kind of stuff happening.
Okay.
You heard it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now let's. There we go. So now, let's go to the top. Yeah. All right, let's get these strings out the way. Strings. I'll do a string bus. Now, this is where you just impressed the crap out of me, bro. When you did this with these strings, I was like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Now, let's add the rest of this stuff. Man. Cinema Audiomatics.
Right.
Yeah. Let's run this here. I got to hear this. So now, let us embark. Now, what I like to use this on my strings. Nice.
Yeah, most of these are presence strings.
Present strings.
Yep.
Bro, Studio One is getting a lot of unwarranted love right now.
Stock Studio One.
The stock Studio One stuff getting a lot of unwarranted love right now. All right. So let's go from the top. in context. Let's bring in do this guitar thing, and we'll be done. So, let's do this. Only because I know what effect you were going for. Only because I know what you were doing.
Yeah, bro.
Only because I know what you were doing.
Yeah, that one's a Roland Integra.
Yeah. But check it out.
Only familiar to you.
Check it out. I know exactly what you were going for.
Yeah.
All right. We're about to listen to this whole thing. Hold on a second. What do I want to do? Let's do this. Let's do a Wave Mixcentric. Let me get in trouble because y'all not gonna know what I'm talking about. This is a mix knob from Waves. It's called the Mixcentric, and all it pretty much does is I use it for like when I want to hear the polish master chain mix over my stuff. I just put this on the master chain and turn the knob up. It takes away all the guesswork. It does all the things, so I don't have to. When I'm trying to like get a quick like polished sound, I'm gonna show you. So from the top of the tune, we got 7 minutes. Watch this. This is nice. Nice. Oh, nice. Nice. My man killed it. My man killed it.
Appreciate the love, guys.
My man killed it. Bro, this was amazing. This was amazing. I'm like,
These are the files coming to your desk, by the way, so you can go ahead and save this.
oh,
Wait,
save,
right?
save the preset, save the template.
Little starter template here.
Yeah. It's I got it saved in, bro. This is awesome. So if you guys kind of wondering like what Ye's Way Academy is all about, it's this right here. Like, shameless plug for myself and Davin. Like, Davin was not producing the way he is now
At all.
until he sat down with me and I basically worked with him on how to get his thoughts out of his head and get it on the canvas so he could actually paint the pictures musically that he wants to paint. The gift was there, the talent was there. It's just, technology can be a bit overwhelming, and your approach to things change from live to in the studio. So it gets difficult after a while. You got all these options in your face and you don't know the best one to choose. So with Ye's Way, it's like, look, I'm going to teach you how I do it. And that way you at least have a terrific starting point to build your own sound after that. That's what Ye's Way is all about. Any of y'all interested, hit up the website, danyemusic.net, sign up. We're going to have a lot of fun. Can't wait till next month. For those of you who are signed up, you want to submit your stuff, you want to go through it like this and share your music with everybody and actually talk about some different approaches and hear your stuff in this type of context, let's go. Let's ride. Thank everybody for jumping in. This was a wonderful 2 hours. I appreciate. Thanks to Davin, Henry Clay, Megan Blackwell for joining us. Zamina, thank you for being here. I know you been trying to get back on your grind, so this is kind of up your alley. It's good to see you. Reginald, thank you for chiming in. I don't know if you could hear it, but that's what I was trying to get. The point I was bringing across about the hi-hat kind of punching through. Like, the more I added to the mix, the hi-hat just kind of, it started cutting, because all of that applied to the hi-hat as well, is why I kind of didn't want to crunch it too much. But I understood your point as well. So thanks to everybody for joining. I appreciate everybody that came on in. Swift God Live, Musictron, H. Coleman II, and a whole host of y'all on IG. So I appreciate y'all from joining in. I don't want to get to mentioning anybody I know, because then I'm going to miss people. Because there was a lot of y'all on IG that was just kind of watching, even though you was passing through. So I appreciate it. And we out of here.
Blessings, y'all.